A Ramsey commissioner has expressed his disappointment after many in the town didn't vote during a recent by-election. Only 16% of the more than 5,700 people registered went to the ballot box earlier this month when two new local authority members were elected to the board. A total of 928 votes were cast, which contrasts starkly with the thousands who voted in the 2016 House of Keys general election. Commissioner Ewan McGuinness says he's concerned a lack of interest is leading to a small public mandate for the local authority and wants the board to investigate ways of better engaging with the community.
I don't think you can accuse Ramsey voters of apathy when Alex Allinson had about 3,000 votes to get in, so there's definitely strong feeling there. Potentially it's a lack of interest in the local authority side of things, and things that are within our control. Obviously we have to learn from this and promote the elections by elections even more than we previously thought, and I definitely believe that you'll only get people to engage if we engage.
A Ramsey commissioner is expressing disappointment after many people in the town didn't vote during a recent by-election. Only 16% went to the ballot box when two new local authority members were elected. A total of 928 votes were cast. Thousands voted, of course, in the 2016 general election. Commissioner Ewan McGuinness says he's concerned a lack of interest is leading to a small public mandate for the local authority and wants the board to investigate ways of better engaging with the Ramsey community. He's been speaking to local democracy reporter Ewan Gorn.
I was very curious about this, so I put a little post up on my Facebook page just sort of asking for feedback. And the general themes, I think there's three themes that have come out of this. One, timing, which is unfortunately a byproduct of the Local Elections Act 1986, which says that from the date that you start the process, it has to be completed within 42 days. So you that was exactly the case when Finlow was elected, and it was the case for the last election. So it doesn't really give candidates a lot of time from putting their nominations in and knowing that there's an election, getting their manifesto and getting round, a couple of thousand voters. So that's one issue. Another theme was a lot of people didn't realise the election was on. That's the sort of the feedback that comes. And for this one, I think there's a horrible phrase, perception is reality. And I think that has to be taken into account. If people say they weren't aware of it, then that's the case. And Ramsey Town commissioners, local government as a whole and general government as a whole have to just go out of their way and really promote that more. I mean, there were the technical notices that have to be put into the paper. I know you guys did some radio interviews and publicised it on your website. It was publicised on Facebook. But clearly it wasn't publicised enough, and this is a data and information awash age. So clearly these things can get lost in the mix. And despite the timing being very short, it's also something that if you hear about an election potentially happening in 3 weeks' time, by the time that comes round, you've lost sight of it and it's just not in your frame of mind. The third issue is a lot of people said they didn't receive manifestos or were completely unaware of who was standing and therefore didn't feel inclined to vote, which is absolutely understandable and fine. Again, could go hand in hand with the 42-day time limit. So if people are struggling to get round at the houses with their manifestos or get it produced in time, because you do need a couple of thousand of them, that could be an issue. I don't think you can accuse Ramsey voters of apathy when Alex Allinson had about 3,000 votes to get in, so there's definitely strong feeling there. Potentially it's a lack of interest in the local authority side of things, and things that are within our control. Obviously we have to learn from this and promote the elections by elections even more than we previously thought. And I definitely believe that you'll only get people to engage if we as commissioners engage. That's what I try and do, and I'm very conscious of the fact that I spend most of my days working in Douglas, so I don't have that on the ground approach, which is why I try to do a lot of things through Facebook. But we as Ramsey Town commissioners need to be more transparent, more open, I think we're really good at publishing and being transparent, publishing on a minute, but perhaps we're not. Perhaps it's that same as that election thing. We need to really go out of our way to try and drag people in rather than put everything out and hope that someone comes to us.
That's Ramsey Commissioner Ewan McGuinness talking there to our local democracy reporter Ewan Gorn.